All right, Mary Kay, the Browns are closer to playing the Jacksonville Jaguars Sunday, 1 o'clock, FirstEnergy Stadium. It's supposed to be cold, maybe a little snow. It'll be interesting weather. And the Jaguars are bringing a fierce pass rush with them to Cleveland.
They really are. You know, that Jaguars defense is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, you go through all the different categories, and they are number 1 or number 2 or very high up in so many things, including number 2 in takeaways, number 1 in sacks, as you talked about with the pass rush, and it's going to be a tremendous challenge for this offense.
Yeah, it starts with Calais Campbell, who has 11 sacks this season. Then there's Yannick Ngakoue. Now, a little bit of trivia here. The Browns actually picked Carl Nassib 4 picks before Ngakoue got selected by the Jaguars. He's off to a great start in his career, and he has 6.5 sacks this year. So that offensive line for the Browns, especially if they're banged up, is going to have their hands full.
Yeah, and you know, guys have missed practice throughout the week. Sean Coleman, J.C. Treader, a little banged up heading into this game. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But you just go across this whole entire defense, and you just see strength after strength, including their cornerbacks, again, with the takeaways and all sorts of things, including like you said, first with 35 sacks. It's just going to be, it could be a very long afternoon for DeShone Kizer.
Now, that secondary, we've got to talk about that because, of course, there's old friend Tashawn Gibson back there, but also Barry Church, A.J. Boye, Jalen Ramsey, another guy the Browns maybe could have drafted. Really good in the secondary, like you mentioned, so many turnovers.
Yeah, so many turnovers. And then just in terms of when we talk about the strength of this defense, they're number 1 in the NFL in scoring defense, meaning they're holding opponents to only about 14 points a game. But again, Corey Coleman's coming back this game. He's going to go up against a good friend in Jalen Ramsey. Talked about that a little bit today. He's going to have to be careful. All the receivers are going to have to be on point because these guys know how to take it away.
The one area where the Browns could maybe attack them, the run game. And the Browns have been getting their running game going. They're 25th against the run as we record this. Offensively, very old school. It's all about rushing the football. Leonard Fournette is back after 2 games missed, one with an injury, one because of a team suspension. He's back, 629 yards in 7 games. They love to run the football.
Yeah, and obviously, rookie, first-round pick, but he's having a very, very good season. They're running him early and often. And as we saw, the Browns sprung a little bit of a leak against Detroit as far as the run game was concerned. So they got to tighten that back up, and this will be a challenge for them.
And then, you know, look, it's still Blake Bortles at quarterback. He's gotten a little bit better. Still struggles, though. Still a guy that'll turn the ball over, has a lot of balls batted up in the air. So there's some opportunities. San Diego almost got 2 pick-sixes off of him last week, but obviously almost is not good enough. And Marquise Lee, their big weapon on the outside.
Yeah, and you know, like you said, Blake Bortles, he does make mistakes. So these guys on the other side of the ball are talking about forcing rookie DeShone Kizer into mistakes. Well, the Browns can do the same thing against Blake Bortles. So it's time for some of their guys to get their hands on some passes. Jabril Peppers, maybe, you know, come up with his first interception. Jamar Taylor hasn't had one in a while. So now Browns are going to be without Jamie Collins for the first game. That's not going to help them. But still, you've got Myles Garrett and you've got Emmanuel Ogbah working very well together now.
Browns and Jaguars, it's at 1 o'clock Sunday at FirstEnergy Stadium. We'll have full coverage of it all at cleveland.com/Browns.